If you're tired of entering relationships that bring more headaches than satisfaction, it's time to pay attention. The truth is, there are 5 things about you that, if a woman discovers, can easily complicate your love life. And in this video, I'll tell you what those things are, so you can avoid these mistakes and ensure the best outcomes in both your personal life and relationships. Before I share this knowledge with you, I want you to do something that will benefit both you and your path to personal growth. Leave a like and subscribe to my channel. This guarantees that not only will you receive more videos full of valuable tips, but you'll also arm yourself with knowledge that truly enriches your life. So take action and of course stay with me until the end of this video because everything here connects, and it's very important for you to learn this. The first thing you should never let a woman know is that you're in love. Listen, my friend, the reality is that many guys today are incredibly emotional. They live on autopilot and end up revealing their feelings without considering the consequences. When you tell a woman, "I'm in love," you lose all the mysterious charm. She stops feeling that initial attraction because in her mind, she already has you in her grasp. The logic is simple. When someone knows the other person is fully committed, the dynamics change. She may start to think she has control over the relationship, which inevitably decreases interest. I know you might think maintaining a bit of mystery is important, and you're right. The secret is that she should be more emotionally attached to you than you are to her. If this balance doesn't exist, if you show you're more interested, you'll likely lose control of the situation. This doesn't mean you should be cold as stone. Honesty and integrity are key, but you need to find a balance. Don't be the guy who's too emotional. I'm giving you this advice as a friend. If you've ever been in a relationship where you showed you were more in love, you might have already experienced the consequences firsthand, right? I'm speaking from my own experience. The point is, you need to think before you act. I'm not saying to be insensitive, but to be strategic. If you agree with this vision and are committed to applying this knowledge, leave a comment saying, "I'll think before I act." For me, knowing that you're absorbing this and want to grow is key. Be assertive in your actions and maintain balance. This is the key to keeping interest and attraction at a high level. And listen, if you like this tip, leave a like. I'm here to help you navigate relationships more effectively, like a friend who wants you to succeed. After all, many guys are too emotional, and it's time to change that. The second thing you shouldn't tell a woman is how she affects your feelings. Look, buddy, when you start sharing these feelings, it carries a lot of emotional weight. I was the guy who, after just 2 months of dating, told a girl she was the reason for my life, that I couldn't live without her. I was absurdly emotional, and honestly, more emotional than she was. I sought her out to share all of this, hoping it would make her love me more. But in reality, it only pushed her away. The problem is when a woman realizes she has such a significant emotional impact on you, she starts to see that your emotional stability depends on her. This, my friend, can lead to a loss of attraction. In her mind, you start to be seen as emotionally vulnerable and unstable. And as we've discussed, balance is key. A woman should seek you out emotionally more than you seek her, because they are naturally more emotional than we men are. In my case, I thought I was doing the right thing, but the truth is, I was doing the opposite. Instead of strengthening the relationship, I was weakening it. Because in most cases, things are not as we would like them to be. Even if you have the ability to change many things, in emotional cases, the woman usually loses attraction when she realizes you're emotionally dependent on her. Of course, looking at it from the other side, if she is naturally more emotional than you and seeks such a bond with you, it's healthy to express that she makes you happy. You can, of course, say she brings joy to your life and that you're grateful for it. But, as I said, it all depends on maintaining balance. Don't be too emotional to the point of losing control of the situation. Think before you act. Recognize the situation and analyze the probabilities. If you've been with the same person for years and there's a deep bond, it's natural to express feelings. But again, everything in moderation. Now, before we move on, I want to present you with the greatest opportunity, the skill you urgently need to learn, or you'll miss the chances that arise with women. And well, I know that when you walk down the street or enter the supermarket, pharmacy, gym, or mall, You exchange glances with one or several women, and they awaken your desire, and you feel the urge to approach, but you don't know how and feel embarrassed, right? But my friend, here comes the solution I've prepared for you. Imagine having an ebook that teaches you this, naturally and without pressure. In this book, you'll learn to approach women with confidence and know exactly what to say, and of course, with ease and naturalness. You'll learn how to make her feel comfortable, create natural attraction, intimacy, and most importantly, spark her desire in a short time. What once seemed impossible is now entirely possible. In just 60 minutes, or even less, you can go from zero to a kiss, and even further, with a woman by using the valuable content you'll find in the ebook I've created for you. You'll never miss out on those opportunities with the women that interest you again. And one more thing. Once you acquire this knowledge, it will be yours forever. It will stay in your mind, becoming a part of who you are. In your place, I wouldn't miss this opportunity. The ebook is pinned in the comments, just waiting for you. Don't miss this chance, because it might not be available for a long time, as I've already mentioned. Take advantage of it, because now is the time for you to achieve positive results with women. So seize this chance, because later it will be too late, and you urgently need to get ahead of the competition. And with this ebook, success with women is guaranteed for you. So don't waste time. Continuing, thirdly, I know this might be somewhat controversial, but never tell a woman that you have been cheated on or had your heart broken. When you reveal these aspects of your past, you might appear vulnerable, which in most cases can be interpreted as weakness. The perception is that by sharing these experiences, you show that you are susceptible to being hurt again. And of course, you don't want that. We all have a past difficult experiences that serve as opportunities for growth and learning. Revealing that you've had your heart broken can indeed show that you're human and have the ability to overcome adversity. It shows resilience. However, my advice is, don't be the guy who carries grudges and is emotionally exposed by telling these stories. What I want to say is that if you've gone through this, you don't have to present yourself as a weak guy. Of course, when you overcome, you become stronger, but the way you share this overcoming is crucial. If you talk about it without much purpose or without showing that you've already overcome it, the likelihood of being perceived as weak increases. And look, we've all had our hearts broken at some point, right? We're all human. But if you've been hurt by another person, the truth is that it's not worth holding on to resentment. Resentments only bring bad things into your life. Don't be a bitter person. If you have to forgive, forgive, and move on. I'm not saying to forget or go back to how it was before, but rather to break ties that don't support you and move forward. Forgiveness is important, not so much for the other person, but for you, so you feel good about yourself. Your peace of mind is crucial. Remember, being strong is not about never having been hurt, but about the ability to get up and keep going. So maintain your integrity and emotional balance, my friend. And the fourth type of thing you shouldn't talk about is your ex-girlfriend with your current partner. Many guys make this mistake, not realizing the negative impact it has. When you start mentioning your ex in front of your current partner, you pave the way to losing attractiveness. It's one of the most common and destructive mistakes that many emotional guys make, perhaps trying to incite jealousy or show that they've had other relationships. The problem here, my friend, is that it creates an automatic comparison in her mind. Many women are extremely thoughtful and analytical. When you mention your ex, even in passing, she starts to compare, analyze whether she's better or worse, whether you still have feelings for your ex-girlfriend. This can actually trigger insecurity and reduce the trust she has in you. I'm not saying that all women are like this, but from my personal experience and mistakes I've already made, I know it's true for many. And the reality is that mentioning your ex-girlfriend brings more problems than benefits. If she herself asks about your exes, the best strategy is to be concise and focus on the present and the future. Say that what's important is what lies ahead, and that you're committed to what you have now. The mentality you should adopt is this: focus on the present and what you can build for the future. If you've made this mistake, don't worry. The important thing is to learn and grow. We're all human and make mistakes, but by taking these tips seriously, you'll have the chance to make fewer of them and live your best life. I call this my law, based on my experiences and what I've learned over the years. I'm not saying you have to be perfect, but if you focus on avoiding these mistakes, your path in relationships will be much more positive. Remember, it's important to always strive to be a better version of yourself, and that includes learning from past mistakes to avoid repeating them in the future. Okay, and now, so you can continue following us in the future, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and of course, download your ebook to gain new skills that will allow you to connect with new, beautiful women in your life. And of course, leave a like so that this knowledge can be shared with more men, and you know that this only benefits you. Finally, and perhaps the most controversial, is the following. Many guys make the mistake of trying to impress a woman by bragging. They start dating, and in an attempt to gain her approval, talk about how they are the best, how much they have in the bank, their achievements. But my friend, when you do this, the woman immediately notices that you're seeking validation. She feels that behind all this ostentation is an insecure guy. Look, we're all human, and yes, it's important to grow and thrive. But if you present yourself as the best to impress others, you're heading in the wrong direction. The focus should be on becoming the best for yourself, striving for a full and meaningful life. When you truly live according to your values and aspirations, women will naturally be drawn to this, because they will see authenticity and self-confidence in you. But pay attention, I'm not saying that you should diminish yourself or give up on your ambitions. Quite the opposite. Continue striving for prosperity and connect with your spirituality if it's important to you. But do it for your own growth, not to please others. I consider myself a high-value guy, but I don't go around the world saying it to impress. For me, it's a matter of authenticity and self-respect. If you're the type of guy who brags, who talks about his achievements in search of validation, rethink this approach. Instead of trying to prove something, live in a way that others see your worth without needing to announce it. True attractiveness comes from being genuine and confident in who you are, not who you pretend to be. And of course, if you liked what I shared today, don't forget to download your free ebook to learn skills that will enrich your life and relationships. Leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss any new videos. Remember, I'm here to help you become the best version of yourself. Until the next video.